questions for you. How many of you would agree that most problems in businesses, in families, and even among countries is the result of bad relationships? 100%. Okay. How many would agree that the fundamental cause, the basic reason for poor relationships is bad communication? 100%. Absolutely. How many would agree that if you improved your own communication skills, you have a better chance of improving your relationships and consequently your productivity? Yeah? Yeah? I'm the founder and CEO of ICTN, International Consulting and Training Network. That's not what I did all my life. I spent the first 18 years, well, not the first, but 18 years in academia. I was dean of the Faculty of Arts and Mass Communication. I taught media, I taught communication skills, I taught a lot of radio, TV, and film. In those days, I'm a published author. I write case studies. I've written a lot on the business culture of the Middle East. If you go to Ezine, you will find me there as an expert author. I have done a lot. Not going to tell you all about it, but I love my life, and I love what I do, and I enjoy working with people and making a difference in their lives. My area of expertise is in communication, persuasion, and change management. That's my area, along with a whole bunch of other things, but this is my main expertise. Our day is a full day. We work you hard. Our days are intensive. They begin at 8:30. They don't end till 5 or 6 in the evening. The premises could be in Adonis, could be somewhere else. We have the good thing about the diversity icebreaker is it's a wonderful psychometric tool. When we hear psychometric tools, I have some very complicated and very sophisticated ones, and most people have difficulty getting their heads around these. But the diversity icebreaker is simple, it's dynamic, it addresses most business challenges that we face, whether it's in team, whether it's in relationships, whether it's how to put together a group of people so you have a dynamic working relationship, whether it's resolving conflicts, improving communication, building trust and respect. All of these things that we know are essential for good performance. So, why would it be of interest to us? ICTN, which stands for International Consulting and Training Network, is a company that has 4 business lines. And the reason we have these 4 business lines is that we believe we cannot help a business by only treating one part. We have a holistic approach. You need to understand the business's strategy, where it's going, what they're trying to achieve, so you can actually give a beneficial result. Our expertise at ICTN is in performance improvement through people. Performance improvement through people, which means we need to understand people, we need to help them to get together in the right groups, we need to make sure they are doing what they are passionate about in their jobs, because otherwise you have a bunch of retirees who are retired on the job. Or you have a bunch of sheeple who are just waiting to get orders from people. You know, sheep, tell me what to do and I'll do it. This is not what builds powerful organizations. What this tells you is that we've had companies approach us and say, we want to be more creative. And guess what? When we do their diversity icebreaker, we find out that the large percentage is blue. So what does that tell you? If the large percentage is blue, do they have to change their mindset to be creative and innovative? See, so you can, it's easier to create a balance in an organization than to create change, to change somebody. And that balance is necessary, but having blue people is fantastic to get efficient work done. And work doesn't get finished if you don't have some blue. But when they're all blue, it can be a challenge, right? Just as if they're all red, it's a challenge. If they're all green, it's a challenge. We need all the colors to create a dynamic, productive organization. One color is not enough. But the thing is, and this is why we need help, guess who we choose to work with? The people who are like us. Look at what happened. They were so comfortable working with each other. Oh, you're great. You're so clever. You're like me. You think this happened? Isn't that wonderful? You're like me. You must be great. Okay? That's how we function. And that's how you end up with a group of 30 people having 28 blue. Can you imagine a group of people in one company? 30 out of 30, 28 are blue. What does that tell you, man? They bond together and they feel great. You know what kills me? These people who do an interview, they do an interview and they do the job interview and say, I hired that person right away. Yeah, you hired that person right away. How come? I just felt I have a flair. What you felt was another blue or another green or another red like you. That's what you felt. And that's how you end up with 28 out of 30 blue.
That's why people have free interviews.
Yeah.
They get different colors.
Different people, yes. Yes. Yes, Fadi. I'm going to let Bjorn answer that question. How does it differ from MBTI? MBTI is a different story. I will answer you very briefly, and I'll come to you in a moment. It's looking at your communication and thinking style. All of these tools are discussion tools. If they are used well, and they generate good, healthy discussion, you get fantastic dynamic within your organization. That's what they should be used for. So the job of the facilitator is extremely important. These are vehicles, and you choose the right vehicle. MBTI is a good vehicle for social, understanding your social profile and something about your behavior. It's not that business-oriented. The first thing we do is we go into an organization and we assess its needs. We look at what do you need, where are you trying to go, and what are the vehicles you're using at the moment, and we come up with a strategy and a plan of how to improve performance, specifically by getting the right people in the right place and in the right groups. Not so long ago, we looked at a company where the majority of people were the same type of people. That doesn't make a very dynamic organization because we all agree with each other. We all cheer. Yeah, you're right. Of course, you're right because you agree with me. But that doesn't make it dynamic. We also look at the processes. You can have good people, but if they don't have the right efficient processes and methods of work and systems to work, they cannot deliver. And last but not least, our results must show in your bottom line, which means you've got to increase profits. So that's what we do. Our 4 business areas are management consulting, training and development, executive search, and finally field research, which are things like salary surveys, mystery shopper programs, but they all work together within the same process. That's what we mean by holistic. So you don't need to go to 5 different consultancies to get improvement in your business. You come to ICTN, we understand where you're going, we understand your culture and your objectives, and we work with you. So that's what we do. Now, to tell you a little bit more about the benefits of the diversity icebreaker, I'm not going to take the whole time to tell you about that. But the diversity icebreaker is a simple product. It looks simple. Of course, a lot of research went into it to get it to the point where it is. But there are some things that you're going to like about this. It's dynamic, it's adaptable, it addresses most of the vital issues in any organization, business, or relationship. Now, what you're really going to like about it is that it's cost effective. It's cost effective. It's really cost effective. It's not, psychometric tools can be very expensive and they require costly accreditations. This one does not require that you get an accreditation. However, it requires that you understand the foundations of this tool and understand how to use it. I think another thing that you're going to like about it is that the developer, the person who developed the tool, is here with us today, and he's going to personally walk you through it. So who can benefit from this? Who do you think could benefit from such a tool that would help you to understand your communication and thinking style? Who could benefit?
Everybody, I think.
Everybody, pretty much. If you are in a business, if you are an HR manager, if you are a trainer, if you're a coach, if you are a consultant or an independent person, do you think you could benefit from this? Yes or yes?
Yes.
Of course. We can all benefit from this kind of a tool. So what are you going to learn? The first thing that you're going to learn is how the questionnaire is used to solve relationship problems, which we know exist in all businesses. We're going to look at how we improve communication in your business, resolve conflict, put project teams together. How many times do projects fail because we have the wrong group of people together? They spend the time fighting over leadership, or they're all looking at the big picture and nobody pays attention to the details, and then we have to start all over again. If you want to restructure work groups, Bjorn will walk you through some of the techniques like the pyramid and the team flower and ways in which people can be valued, appreciated, and respected and make their contribution while sharing common factors. So if people learn to trust and respect one another in a business, do you think it would improve workflow? Do you think it would improve productivity? Absolutely.